Why did you come out?
Why or when?
Why?
Why?
I think you came out, was it last year?
Yeah, it was last year.
December?
It was not December, it was August. I started posting on Instagram August, but
Yeah.
I got more prominent around October.
That's even true. The whole Lasisi brand is just August. Because I remember when you were on, I think, 12,000 followers or so.
Yeah.
I've actually followed
Wow.
that, and I can't remember how I bumped into you, but it was intriguing. But a lot of people were like, you shouldn't have come out. Why did you come out?
You mean
when I say come out,
you
I
mean
mean
my
the face.
identity?
Yes, the identity.
Okay. At the time, it was hard for me to manage. I don't live in a state where certain things are processed, where you have certain kind of people that will make sure some things. When Sia decided to do that, it worked for her and stuff, you know. But I live in a society where people would decide to step on your toes. People would disrespect your feelings, and they will care less about it.
Can you give us an example? Because this sounds very personal.
An example is this. For example, let's say you as Channels, or you work here, Channels TV, calls me for maybe just to sit down.
Rubbin
Calls me. And at the time, I haven't showed my face, you know, and I'm sitting down maybe the green room or something. And the people in the building know that I am Lasisi Elenu. And the next thing, they start taking pictures from afar. They don't have to be as close as like I am to you right now. They just take pictures and post it online and say, guess who I'm seeing right now? This is Lasisi. It happened a lot of times at the time. I went out for some meetings. Those in the office would know that I am the Lasisi. They would take pictures. They would, you know, at the time I had to even explain to them, okay, if you want to take a picture, let's use the filter together. That way you can always post it and I don't have to worry about it. That was one. Two, on the other hand, it started to limit the ability of things I could do. At the time I felt some brands wanted to reach out to me, but they were hesitating. They were not sure if I was cool with appearance in public places, you know, being in certain places. And it started to seem like I couldn't handle it at the time. I wasn't sure. I didn't want to miss out on some big things. I didn't want to give people a different impression. Like, you know, I even had people constantly then would tell me, I would have done this, but we felt you wouldn't want to reveal your face. And it started to seem like, okay, for how long will I do this?
Did you feel pressured to actually reveal your face? It wasn't part of the plan.
I was actually, no, it was from the onset, there was a plan. I had plans of revealing my face, but not at the time it did. I think in November, someone actually did, a blogger then. He doesn't like to be called a blogger, Tunde. And I remember my face was out there. And a lot of people then at the time still did not get the whole, because it was just a glitch when the filter was on my face. So it was a screen grab, and that was what was on the internet at the time, you know. But when it came on, a lot of people criticized him. A lot of people said, well, it doesn't matter. Even though my face was out there, I could still manage it at the time. But I had plans of revealing my face, but not in that manner, not in that form. But on the other hand, it was good because I was able to breathe, you know, go around it. I was able to make something positive out of it. So instead of it being a thing of, because a lot of people, you know, not everybody can like you. People were like, okay, his faces are out there now. Let's see how, now I know his face, let's see how he's going to make me laugh. It was better because I didn't know his face, so it just, you know, then I could laugh to his stupid joke.
Did all those, I mean, all that demand and criticism, did it make you want to up your game?
Trust me, it did. It did. Knowing that just like I said, when I started, I would post on my WhatsApp stories, and sometimes maybe 40 people views my post, and maybe 7 or 10 just, you know, make some comments and message, oh, it's funny or something. You know, there are some days I don't post. I just 5 days until maybe some of my cool friends just say, what's up now? We didn't hear from you today. The man with the big mouth. At the time, it didn't have a name. It was just me, you know. And then when I see, okay, 2 people are asking when I'm going to post my next one, I just say, okay, let me post. But knowing that thousands of people all around are waiting for me to do something more creative. So then I had like a mark, a target, saying, okay, this video, this is what I look forward to. I want this video to get to this reach. I want this video to get this sort of engagement. I want this video to have certain kind of comments. There's some videos I would make and some people will be very, a bit dodgy in the comment section. And there are some, when I look at it, I'm like, okay, I think I'm getting somewhere here. So yes, it put a lot of pressure on me. And I like the pressure, knowing that I have people to answer to, people to deliver something good to, and they're looking forward to my rant, just like my Sunday rant. I have people who would send me a message and like, okay, it's 5 p.m.
Do people actually send ideas of rants to you?
People do that. People do that.
What's the most creative idea that you've come across till date?
Okay, I wouldn't say it because I haven't done it yet.
Oh, okay.
I haven't done it yet. And it was a friend of mine who shared it with me last week. And it was really creative. It was really nice. A lot of people send me, but some I can relate to, some I can't. Some, you know, people would always want to share what they have. Some are so funny. I don't really think I have. I think I've done one. I can't remember the exact one, but I have. But sometimes it's hard to put yourself in that person's shoes and being able to deliver it well, you know. So it's hard sometimes.
Now, I mean, I mentioned in August you're on like 12,000 or so. I think now you're in the ballpark of 5.
In August I wasn't 12,000. In August I was like maybe 106 people.
106 people
106
on Instagram.
People. Yeah, on Instagram.
Now you're in the north of 500,000.
Yeah.
That's astronomical growth. How have you been able to structure your performance? Because talent is one thing, and some say talent is not enough. There's the monetization, there's the money. And when I'm talking about structure, what have you done differently recently that you haven't been doing before with respect to the Lasisi brand?
Well, for me, being able to amass such number of people to constantly want to see what I have to offer, it takes lots of thinking because, just like I said, pressure is on me. There are days I want to make a rant, I spend about 6 hours. I'm constantly thinking
about the rant.
You know, sometimes I like to make my rant in the car because it has this way of filling the noise, makes everything sound proper because I use the filter. And sometimes when noise distorts it, it makes it sound very terrible to hear. So sometimes I'm just in the car for 2 hours and I'm just thinking, I'm thinking. I have it, but the delivery is not the way I want it to be. And I constantly keep thinking. Sometimes I make it, I try to post, I don't enjoy it. I just cancel. You know, I think of something else, I post. Now, being able to have a lot of people, you know, watch me, like what I do, some don't like, it takes a lot from me.
How do you deal with people that don't like? I mean, have people come up to you and really insulted you to the point you're
No one would do that to me. You can't walk up to me and tell me you don't like it to my face. Because I would not.
What would you do?
No. I will ask you a question.
Okay, you know what? Pause on that question. You don't want to mess with Lasisi, Elenu. We'll be back after the break and talk more about, well, his current life now and some other activities that have been going on right here on Rubbin Minds. Stick around.